these type of movements, podcasts. We need the love. We need to spread the good word and help each other really find that balance.
Amen.
So.
Well, God bless you, you guys. Good morning. This is Tracy Williams for the Self-Care Saturday Show. I'm so excited that you guys are going to be jumping on this morning. Do me a favor as you jump on. Tell me your name. Say hi so we know that you're here, whether you're jumping on YouTube, my YouTube family, or Facebook family. And we want to see you. We want to hear from you guys this morning. I have a special guest with me, young man that I just met not too long ago, and very excited talking to him. He's so encouraging and so inspiring. And I just love even the name of your program. We were talking just a little bit before we jumped on here. It's called Rise Up. And so that's a lot of what we have to do these days, especially during the pandemic. We got to rise up above our circumstance, above our situation, above everything else. So before we get started here, we got a couple of things going on. I'm going to tell you guys about. Good morning, Michelle. Thank you for joining. Hey, Sandy. Thank you for joining this morning. I'm glad you guys are here. God bless you all. Just let us know in the box what company you're with. So if you could just put that down there. We want to make sure that we support small businesses, because I know even as, COVID is still kind of happening, even though we're not on lockdown like before lockdown. It's still hard for some businesses out here. So I definitely support small businesses. Put a little something in the box, what business you're with. And before we even get started, I just want to share with you guys, we want to take a moment. We're burying one of my really great mentor, good friend of mine this morning. And so we just want to pay respects to her and her family, send a lot of love out to her, and extend our condolences. I just got through watching most of the service, and everybody thought so much highly of Wanda Booth. I'm so grateful that I had the pleasure of having a couple of good lives with her, because she was just so much fun, right? I never met a person that didn't just love Wanda, not just like her, but everybody was impressed with her. So thank you for joining this morning. I might get a little teary-eyed, but y'all bring me back, okay? Thank you. Welcome back, Dr. Laura. I hope you had a great time vacationing. Next time, think of a sister, take me with you. Thank you so much. Bless you. Thank you for joining, Grace. Thank you, guys. Put in the box where you guys, either where you're from, where you're joining from, or what business you have. What is the name of your business? We want to know. We want to connect with each other. If you don't know somebody, connect with them. I'm all about let's make connections. Let's love on each other. Let's create a difference, and let's make a change. We got to do this. So, okay. And I'm going to share a little bit from my page. I learned I can do this while I'm on here. All right. Beyond basic health. That's it. Get on down with your bad self, Dr. Laura. Thank you so much. So before we get started, I have with me Mr. the one and only from Canada himself. Is it the Northwestern region? Do I have that right?
So I'm from the Northwestern region. Currently, I'm sitting at the, I'd say the Eastern Ontario side in Canada, but I was born and raised in the Northwestern side.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Look,
From the
I
mountains.
love his accent, y'all. I'm just saying, it is awesome. Got a lady on here that she has some ties with Canada too. Miss Grace Strahan. I hope I didn't make her name wrong, that last name. I hope I didn't jack that up, Grace. But Grace. So yeah, she knows, I love how Canadians talk. This is awesome. But this is an awesome young man. He's got many talents. He does many things, and one of the ones that impresses me the most is that he's a mentor to other people that want to do something great and make such a difference in the world. And so I'm impressed with him. They call him Teammate. That's his stage name. I like that, of course, because, starts with T, Tracy, right? T.
Hey, there you go.
Hey.
That's
And
That's awesome.
But the whole thing just speaks volumes to me. Teammate. It just says that you may do something, you may do this, you can rise up, you can do this. So he's a music artist, he's a health promoter, he's out there with the people working every day trying to make a change, make a difference, and create change in people. And I love that about him. And so I love the first when I met him the first time, I was like, oh, this dude is cool. I gotta have him on the show. He's awesome. So
Thank you.
instead of me
You're
bragging on him,
awesome.
I'm just gonna let him tell you a little bit about himself because I can just probably go on and on about how he makes his own videos and stuff like that. I just think it's so cool. So you guys can always catch him. Thank you for joining, popping in, Delisa. I appreciate that. I love you so much. Pray for all of us. So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. So where to begin? Thank you for that. Thank you for that introduction. I actually feel very blessed. I'm very grateful to be on your show. I
Thank
think,
you.
like I said, I want to start by saying what you're doing is amazing, and I believe we need this type of community. We need this type of movement, to make a difference. And it can start small and grow into something big. Small impacts make big impacts down the road. So I'm
Oh,
Jacob Taillefer. I'm from Thunder Bay, Ontario. It's in the winter it's like minus 30 out there with the windshield, but in the summer it's beautiful. Um, yeah, where to begin? I guess when
but
I was born. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to tell me a little bit about how did you even get into writing music and poetry and all of that kind of stuff? What was that birthed out of?
Yeah, yeah. So when I was young, my mom put me in piano like at a very young age, and I got really gifted into learning the piano, and I started practicing lots and doing different recitals. It was more like classical music. It's something chill, and as I got older, I started really resonating with music. And aside from music, my mom, my mom put me in sports as well. Very like health orientated. So the reason why I'm mentioning
Balance
that
you
is
out,
because
huh?
the reason why I mention is because like it's gonna kind of like make sense when I wrap the story at the end, but on what I'm doing
Gotcha.
today. But yeah, so my mom put me in music at a young age, in sports, and I had a lot of energy, and I think it was a way of like trying to keep myself balanced. And I love her, and I'm very grateful for her support and what she's done. And so coming into high school, I thought guitar was really cool. And so I was like, I got to learn guitar too. Like, I can't just play piano at the time. I was like, I want to do something different. So I really just started like playing guitar in high school and learning, how to read chords. I took like a year lessons, and I taught myself a little bit more by the ear after that, and how to read some chords and tabs. I just kind of fell in love with like beach music, like reggae to jazz to chill, like acoustics, progression type of songs, and a little bit of hip hop too, but like blues. I really like the blues. Um, so yeah, I
Oh
just kind of fell in
no.
love.
My
Oh
husband's
no.
gonna love you. He likes the
Oh no.
blues, and I'm like, no.
So yeah, and it's just like all these different little styles, I was like into in high school, and I really fell in love with music. I think growing up, my family, we had our own complications. Everyone has their own, and my family, me and my brother, it was challenging. We got split up there in high school with our parents splitting up, and it was a tough thing to watch growing up. The challenges you see and you face, and I think even learning about yourself. I think being active and being in sports, and having like music in my life and being able to use that as an outlet really helped me channel some of that pain, some of that trauma, and some of the anxiety. Like I had a lot of anxiety growing up just from the things I've seen, and just the things I've went through. And I don't need to get into detail, but basically I found that music and sports, or taking care of your health that way, like, were the two things that really helped me channel all that stuff. And it was only when I got into after high school, I started really getting into like writing music, and I started really like writing a journal. I'd write in a journal and write about my day, or I'd start like just I start like making rhymes. And then I started really getting into hip hop, like coming into college. And it was when I was going into college where I had a few buddies, here and there. We would hang out sometimes, get together, at one of our places. And we would just put on an instrumental beat, and we just start like freestyling and like spitting raps and just like talking about our pain or our struggles, our happiness. And we would just go around and just like have fun like that. And I got to a point where I was like, man, I love this. I love this vibe. I love this feeling. You're just story in such a way, and I'm bouncing back with mine, and we're just doing rhymes, and I'd bring the guitar, and we would just do that like almost like a sing along, and so yeah, I like right after I'd say mid college, I really got into wanting to make my own beats. So I was like, I want to learn how to like do a lot more. And so I started getting into beat production, and it started off just with my phone. At the time, like the iPhone and the tablets around college were like kind of like more technologically advanced, so I can make beats from my phone. So I literally at the time I would use an app called GarageBand. It's pretty well known, and it was like on my phone or my iPad. And I remember I would just plug in my regular iPhone headphones into my tablet or my phone, and I would have my guitar, and I would play like a drum loop of a beat, and I would just like play my guitar over this recording on like the sorry over how like you would have like the little mic to like turn
Yep.
on and off or up and down on your like headset. Yeah, so I would use that. I have it laying because I didn't have any equipment. I wasn't like fully committed at the time. I was just learning like about my hobby. Um, but I realized that hobby, getting into the music and the, obviously staying fit in fitness is on sports, being competitive with that. I think I started realizing as I got older, the more challenges I was facing, like, because I faced a lot more challenges on my own, different really upsetting like relationships that were bad breakups, facing challenges, trying to help the community, stuff in my family, and so I found that as I got older and I started really working on the hobby and the craft and practicing more and more, it really started to resonate me and be like, wow, like this is healing for me to write a song, to make a beat, just to play the
Yes.
guitar I started practicing more and more. It was just more like, okay, I go to work, I'll come home and I'll work on this for an hour, and then the next night, maybe I'm working on it for 2 hours. Sometimes I'll get like right in there, a couple, 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours, sometimes spending a Saturday the whole day. And, I started really diving into it. And it was just maybe so after that, I'd say I finished college in 2015. I'd say that about 2016, the year of 2016 to 2017, I really just like dove in and practiced and like try to master my craft. I was like, man, I love this. If I can master this, and not only will it bring healing to me in a way of to channel all this energy that I have every day and we're facing in our world, like maybe I can help people one day with this. Maybe I can make a living out of this. Like, I love this. Like, why, like I school for business marketing. So I went in school for business, and, and I have a specialization in personal training. So I have a certification. And so I was like, working as a personal trainer, and I was working in the community for like business development jobs. And in my head I'm like climbing up this corporate ladder, in business and health, but in the backside I'm like making music and focusing on my fitness. And I'm like, man, I have this vision, like I just want to continue doing this, and maybe in a decade I can like have my own business, maybe I can like do something with this. So since about 2016, 2017, I really just like took like so much of energy and time into really focusing on what I want to do in the near, close future and make a bigger impact. So from the piano to the guitar to making beats, like I just really got some equipment. I started really focusing on mastering and learning from different audio engineers. I would take training stuff online, I would watch videos, I would go to like I would go to a recording session and pay an audio engineer to like record my next song or something. And I would just watch him, and I would like ask all these questions, and I'm like learning and I'm absorbing all this information, because I'm like, if this guy's been doing it for 10 years and he's successful, I'm like, the only way we get successful is learning from successful people.
True.
It's like
True that.
it's the truth of it's the truth is, if you have a passion and you love something, just try to find someone that is doing what you want to do. Um, and learn from that. Like, they're your mentor in ways, right? So yeah, I'd say these past like few years for sure, I really just dove into like music and writing songs and recording, and I really I realized at a certain point though, like the first few years of like taking it seriously and putting music out there, that it's a challenge when you're, let's say you're on your own. I'm single. you know, I have no family with me. I do live in Ottawa, Canada right now. It's the capital of Canada, and so I moved to Ottawa about 4 years ago. And so when I finished the like college in Thunder Bay, and you know, a few years there in work, I realized I was like, I wanted to spread my wings. I was like, there's more opportunity out there. Maybe I'll go to a bigger city with like a lot of trees and mountains still and water, because this is where I'm from. So I realized that Ottawa has that. I didn't want to go to a big city like Toronto, you know, and they say, Toronto, if you're a musician or artist, you should be in Toronto. You know, you want to be an entrepreneur, go to Toronto. It's like, but for me, I get too overwhelmed with that. So I decided to I saw Ottawa. I know I had a couple friends that lived here that were very supportive, and you know, were there for me to help me get on my feet. So shout out to them, and you know, I love them for that as well. And so yeah, 4 years here, and I just been like this past 4 years, it's just like been focusing on helping our community, helping our indigenous community in our health, fitness, trying to be a motivator and an inspiration that, you know, the better we help each other in our world, the better this world can be. And through that is music as well. Music does change the world. I find that, you know, music resonates us in so many ways. So especially this past year or two, like I just seen how things have changed so drastically in our world. So my whole vision now, and like, you know, even like how I feel and express myself through writing, it's like I want a message now. I want to be able to rap a message, tell a story that people can relate to in their heart. And when they listen to that, it either helps and heals them, or they can take that and help and heal someone in their circle. Um, so yeah, so getting into that, like I just like those past few years, I just really like started like focusing on my craft, mastering how to record music myself, how to mix and master my music, make my beats, do the marketing, learn all these things. And you know, it's, you know, all independent. They say, you know, I'm an independent artist and this and that, but you know, I find too, sharing and collaboration as well is important. You know, you learn a lot from other artists. You learn a lot from sharing your talents and gifts. You know, sometimes it just doesn't have to be all independent. So I learned a lot of cool skills and stuff as well from other people.
Yeah,
And
and I love that. I love your story, and I love the fact that you took that talent that you had, and then you just allowed God to make room for you. You know, but there's a couple of things in this, especially in regards to like self care. You know, because a lot of people I know right now are just hurting because you know it's hard to make ends meet because some people it's hard to get a job. You know, and it's hard to reinvent yourself afterwards. But you know, so you got to take that, I guess you call them
mhm.
lemons, make your lemonade. But you know, you took those hard situations and you made a way to make a way for you. And first you were just like, well, maybe in 10 years I could do such it. And then you got to the point where you're like, yeah, I can do this because you just kept on, you were persistent, you were attentive, and so that's great. And all along you still helping people. And that's what it's really all about is, you know, collaborating with one another, you know, loving on each other and finding ways to heal each other, whether that's physically or spiritually or emotionally, however that whatever that looks like for you in your world. And so this is awesome that you're doing this. And I just put up there about, you know, you're going to be offering this. I wish I was somebody in the audience because I was like, okay, I could use a free beat for for something. So that now
Hey, don't
that's
worry.
really
I'll
really.
send you on for hosting the show. No problem.
Oh yeah,
No
thank you.
problem. No worries. No worries. It's all good.
Okay, so this is great. So you know, just like right in here, I just want to say like if anybody thinks that they want to, you know, free beat, I'm gonna choose a number in my head between 1 and 5. And so if you can just put a number in the box, if that's something that you're interested in, because to me it's something great you can use whether you're doing a you know, a post and you want to put some music to it or an intro or outro for like your YouTube channel, something like that. So if you guys just put a number in the box between did I say 1 and 5? I should have said 1 and 10.
Let's say 1 and
Between
10.
one
Let's
and
say 1 and 10.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, 1 and 10.
1 and 10. Yeah.
That's a little bit better.
And I was thinking too, you know, with the instrumental beats too, you know, it just doesn't have to be for business. You know, say you just want to listen to it while you're working out. Maybe you're all getting ready to go to work. Maybe it's just something for downtime, you know, like it's yeah, I would say put what type of instrumental they would like. Also, like what kind of vibe. If it's chill, upbeat, maybe powerful, ground shaking, and then a number 1 and 10. I think that would be cool.
Okay.
for the giveaway.
1 and 10. So I'm gonna put this on the screen
So we
so you
got one
guys
so
can.
far, Ricardo, number 7.
Awesome. Thank you for joining, brother. So we're gonna have this scroll for us because I know this time usually kind of goes by really fast. So
Hmm.
yeah, and that's a good thing as far as self-care too is I always tell my moms to put your baby to sleep to something instrumental, something that's like
Yeah.
slow and easy, relax them and get them in that kind of mood.
Yeah.
So
Well,
a lot of
going
us we
back
need that sometimes. Yeah,
for sure. I
yeah,
was gonna say going back to talking about your mom's there, and like for my mom, she when I was young, and I think this is why I really fell in love with like music and dancing too, is that I remember when I was younger, I vividly remember this, when you have like for me, I don't remember everything when you're young, but I remember this, and she would always play music while she was in the kitchen cooking. And she would like be like, you're only allowed to eat dinner, if you like you're dancing and engaging into like, having fun before dinner. Like I thought that was so cool. Like, so in the living room, just turning on some tunes, she was into like those like 70s disco, like old school beats, and it was just fun. Like, and I think yeah, that was inspiring, and that resonates with you as you get older, those moments, and it
yeah.
makes
You
good
remember
memories for
those
sure.
things, and I love how you honor your mom. That so that is just terrific, right there. Yeah. So I only got Ricardo in the box. Anybody else want to get in on this beat? I mean,
So
somebody
far,
got to be some kind of competition
Ricardo's
for him,
winning.
right? So whoever is closest to the number that I'm choosing in my head, which I'm not changing the number. I'm good. I can remember this number really good. So yeah, just put something in the box here. So tell us a little bit about what you have coming up too. You know,
Yeah. So right now I'm currently so going back a little bit, so over those few years when I was working on my craft and building that at the time, um, I realized how challenging it was independently, especially like financially too. Like if you want to be an artist and you want to work on doing it yourself, sometimes it's very expensive. Like you got to pay the recording studio some money, and that time is such a go in there, and if it's not a perfect take those 2 hours, you just kind of like wasting some money. So you got to make sure you're prepared, and then you got to pay the guy to mix and master your track. So just mixing the levels, so everything sounds good in the music, and then mastering the track so everything's loud and clean and crisp, and that costs money. And then you got marketing, that costs money. And then if you want to do a music video, like some videographers out there with a decent camera will charge a lot of money, and then they charge for the editing. And so all these things add up, and if you're just an artist that's starting out or beginner or pro, like, like I find that out of all the things I've learned and all the resources that I've tapped into, that there are certain things and ways that you can really still make it in a way to feel comfortable as an independent artist, and what like things to avoid, and like what tips to follow, and what resources you should really like consistently like tap into. So that's when I created the Rise Up program. When the pandemic hit in March, it like woke me up. I'm like, man, okay, like so I've been releasing music, this past year or two. I've been really doing last summer I did some awesome shows. Like I performed for a couple like epic shows. I headlined at this one music event in Ottawa. Um I performed for like a Black History Month event. Like that was so epic and that was so
nice.
fun. I did stuff in the community. I do Indigenous youth workshops where I work as well. So I teach them how to channel their traumas and their pain and their energy through music. And so I teach them songwriting. And so like there's all these different avenues I was doing last year. And then when the pandemic and I had like these things happening for this summer, but when the pandemic hit, it kind of stalled that in a way, and it made me like awake in a sense. I'm like, hey, what else? How can I still make an impact but not be like constrained, from the ability to see people and go to events, from the ability to do what I love. So shout out to Tony Robbins, but my boss messaged me this like link and was like, you should check out this Tony Robbins Build Your Brand Challenge. And I was like, this is interesting. Okay. It was 5 days, Monday to Friday. It was just a free challenge. Actually, it's not true. It was $1. You had to donate $1 to use their software to work out your brand. But um, at the end of it all, though, it just kept me accountable, and all the things I've learned, it taught me how to take everything from here, my experience, my passion, and how to put it into an online program. And I was like, this is epic. Like
Woo!
I have to do this. Like, so within the day 3, I was like slowly seeing like, wow, like I was seeing like where I want to go with this. And not just selling music online, like my personal music and releasing, or not just selling beats to other artists or just instrumental beats. I was like, I'd like to teach music. Like I've done it long enough. I know all the ins and outs. I know how to save the money. I know how to help artists, make something so creative with their iPhone. Like you can make music videos with your iPhone. You don't need to pay the guy thousands of dollars. Like there's certain things you can really do to build that exposure. So that Build Your Brand Challenge really helped me basically like digest everything that I've learned in the experience and put it all into something. And that's what it is. I created this like 10 module program that teaches whether if you're a beginner, intermediate, or a pro, just like there's certain things in there that there's like always one thing in this program that can benefit someone. And like if you're just completely starting out and you just want to be an artist and you've never even like written a song before, like I help someone find their vision with their music. Like what kind of music would you like to share to the world? Like what's your passion? What kind of music do you like? And then how to put that on paper, how to put that in recording, maybe how to put that on a beat, make your own beat, record your own, mix and master your own music. Like, yeah, some of it may take some time because they may need equipment, this and that, but I teach them a ways around it, how you can be doing that in your means, in your financial means.
Yes,
So yeah, taking it from like the beginning of an idea to having it something online, it's an art, and a fans buying your music and listening to your music. So at the end of the day, like, you want to put something out there that will move and inspire somebody. And so the Rise Up program, that's what it's about. Music changes and helps the world. So, you know, my whole thing with the Rise Up program is, help people change the world by helping people rise up to your music. So,
yeah,
so that's the ultimate goal. And I feel like music has always continued to make me feel risen and lifted out of my struggles and my pain. It's a way of healing. So
yes,
so that's like the whole, like that's like the juice, they say, or the butter. That's like the gravy. Like it all comes down to that feeling inside that you get when you listen to a beat or a song that moves you on the radio. You're like, wow, I like this. Well, what if you could
exactly.
take that feeling and inspire someone else through that feeling?
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Inspire somebody, right? We got to give hope out here. That's right. And it's free. It don't cost you a thing. That's right. Thank you. And so many other people that are putting their number in the box. I want to encourage you guys because at the end we're gonna I'm gonna tell you who won. I can tell already who's like the closest, but somebody might hit the nail on the head. But that's what it's all about, is collaborating with other people and getting to know them and letting them really get to know you, and being transparent, and especially because like he said, in this time of the pandemic, a lot of people are by themselves. A lot of people don't feel comfortable reaching out. But you know what? I want you to feel comfortable reaching out. Even if you reach out to me through a DM or a PM, the least I can do for you is pray. But if there's something else I can do or connect you with somebody, oh shucks, come on, then I will be glad to do that. Actually, that it would be my honor to be able to do that. And so, you know what? I usually be stopping people, right? But I just let them just talk and talk because I love listening to Canadians. I love that accent. I'm just saying.
No way, really. That's cool.
I'm just saying.
All
Plus, I
right.
love like the countryside of it there. I mean, just the
Yeah.
rolling hills and the water and all the freshness. And I think all of that brings healing to us too. So even if we
Hmm.
have to go outside by ourselves and get next to some water or walk on the ground barefoot for a few minutes, it's still some warm weather going on out here for a little while, but just basic things like that, just take your body back to a homostasis state right there.
Mm.
So it don't have to always be something that costs you a lot of money. Now, let me ask you about the Rise Up program, because I know, you're building your brand, but is this only for music artists?
So ideally, it's focused for musical artists. But in the program, I do teach some business related things. So I do teach how to master content creation, and I do teach marketing with social media, whether you're doing like Instagram, 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 Instagram.
Uh-oh. Oh, your mic's not connected. Hello. Can't hear you. How about that, you guys? Okay. Technical difficulties. You got that right, Karen, Miss Karen. But while we're waiting for him to get back up here, then and then because I like to end on time, I like to start on time. Then so let me tell you who already
Oh,
get
I'm
to know.
back.
Okay, awesome, he's back because I was getting
I
ready to
don't
tell
know
y'all
what
the
happened
winner
there.
who
Can you
hit the nail
hear me?
on the head up in here. So I want him before we go to give us like a little sample of. Just a little sample. And then, always you guys know this, that you can go out to YouTube and check this young man out under T May, all caps. Look, I got in trouble for it, so the
Oh yeah, no, it's all good. You know why? Okay, the only reason why I mentioned it is because when I first released music, I was like trying to figure out my artist name, and I was like, well, I kind of just correlate it to like my name and like Taillefer May. I'm born in the month of May. I thought it was like cool and hip, T May like. But I noticed that there was another artist, an artist like in the South who her name was T May too, but it was like something T May, and it was like a capital T and then it was like small MAY. But for when I
okay,
was releasing music at the beginning, it kind of like I don't know. I just remember running into some issues like online about like just like logistic stuff, and I was like, this
right.
is interesting.
Well,
But
it's
yeah, so
awesome.
I always got to make sure all caps, all capitals, make them
Right. Yep.
rise.
So yeah, and it's important to be able to stand out and be able to make it, be different from somebody else. Like what makes you unique from somebody else is totally different. Um, so I asked them, and usually, I don't ask nobody beforehand, like, will they do it, give us a little sample? But I want you guys to know, like, we're having a mic night coming up, poetry mic night. It's gonna be spoken word. It's gonna be off the chain again. I'm just saying. I met two people last night, y'all, a guy and a girl, and they are both like, oh, awesome. Both of them like into the word of God, and so I expected some really awesome stuff to come out of them. And so I want to invite you now. I'll be posting that up later today. So do me a favor, sign up as quickly as possible. Don't wait to the last minute, have me working so hard at the last minute. We're going to have us a special person that is going to be sponsoring it. Here we go. Here's going to be my sponsor for the night, y'all.
Oh,
Miracles of
nice.
Water. Who
Cool.
can't use a miracle? We all can.
We all can.
That's right.
Miracles
So
are important.
make sure that you guys show up. We're going to do a $5 donation again. We're going to be donating, benefiting equine therapy again as well. So I hope you guys can come out. It's a Friday night. If you know somebody single, lives by themselves, or just needs a night out away from the kids in another room, have them come on in and join us on Zoom. Hey, that rhyme. Hey, you can use that. If they need to go to another room, they can join us on Zoom. I'm just saying. I'm a poet, and I didn't even know it. All right. So teammate, do us a little thing and drop us a line real quick.
All right, all right. Actually, you know what? So I was going through some notes, some writing stuff, and if you don't mind, actually, I found something in my that's gonna work perfect for not only your show but what our world needs. And I was focusing on a song like not too long ago before this whole pandemic. It's called "Help the World Change."
Mm-hmm.
So I thought this week I was like finishing up some writing with it. So if you don't mind, I might just like kind of like freestyle off, read it, like if that's cool.
That's
So
cool.
little. All right, all right. Okay, so I'm gonna stay granting through all the pain. I'm gonna keep riding through another day, fighting all the hate Let the love reign. Eliminate the game. I'm here to help the world change. Just another night, hit the mic. Yeah, I'm feeling right. Summertime vibe, bring the heat. My emotions rise. So much learning when I reach this level. So much turning, cranking on the pedal. I'm happy. I don't need a medal. I'm reflecting on my past life. Harvest all the future light. I've been gifted with this insight. My mind is taking flight. I think I found my purpose in the community. Help people rise up, stand strong, together building like a unity. Are you feeling me? Most days waking up, I feel like I'm in a time loop. I had enough of the criteria and all the fake news. This world needs love and less lies, more truth. Needs blessings from the heavens, a real plan on what to do. We got more millions starving, lost in a famine, while the 1% looking down on the skyscrapers and they drink and they laughing. Inequality, poverty still rising. Children and babies, mamas, fighting and surviving, stuck in a war zone, looking for a way out and they dying. This is why I'm staying grateful every single day. This is why I help our sisters and brothers in every way. I don't got all the money and I don't got all the fame, but I got all the love in my heart for others, and I was born on this planet to help make a change. I keep on praying to God, the one high above, our creator, to heal this world from the wickedness and sickness. We need our savior. It's important to live in a spiritual balance. We gotta have it. Focus on a clear mind and one step at a time, spreading love and sharing all the passion. We got to motivate. We got to elevate. We got to get rid of the pride that tries to infiltrate. Stop the discrimination. Build more loving relations. Turn off administrations. Give better communications. We got to educate. We got to generate. We got to teach our youth to rise up, learn to meditate. Because there's too much hate. There's too much pain. There's too much blame. Toxic societies are falling more deep. This world ain't the same. We got to be stronger leaders, better supporters, helpful sisters and brothers. Be more kind, respect all our mothers. Learn from wisdom, elders. Take time to appreciate the gifts from the higher power. Let the love shower and devour all the hate. Together, let's bring healing to this planet. Let's help the world make a change. Go in and grab it. That's it. I hope that was recorded.
Yes, it was. I had to turn my mic off because I get excited. Like I can't keep quiet. Oh, that was awesome. Oh my God. Look, and that's just a little piece of what y'all might get on the 23rd. So look, if I don't put it up tonight, you guys reach out to me and say, hey, where's the sign up sheet? But hopefully I'll just go ahead and put it out. And I won't forget anything. Thank you so much for joining us. We are on time. It's 11:15. God is so good. I'm telling you, man. You don't even be we didn't even practice all this stuff, but everything just like boom, boom, boom. Okay, so I want to say our winner is none other
Who's our winner? Who's our winner?
My big prayer buddy, Karen Currens Wade. She hit the number.
Congratulations,
right there on
Karen.
the
Boop, 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 boop,
head. So, Karen, you are the winner. I'll make sure and connect you guys through Facebook Messenger so you can pick out what type of beach you want and all of that. Thank you again so much, Jacob. Say your last name for me again.
My last name?
Yeah.
Jacob Taillefer.
Taillefer. I love it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Je parle en français. Je m'appelle Jacob Taillefer. That's about it for now.
I was getting ready to say it reminds me of French.
So funny thing, I actually grew up in French immersion class till about grade 7. My mom's side super French, and I transitioned out into grade 8. I went into English class, and ever since then, I was like, that was one thing I should have stuck with is the French. I live in Ottawa. I like going to Montreal. I'm living in a very French area of Ontario, but it's all good.
I think that's very significant. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna do something with that. So I want to thank you guys for joining us again. You all enjoy your Saturday. It's still good weather out here. God bless you. I love you all. I appreciate your support. Thank you for showing up. Make sure you share this if you didn't have a chance to. If you're not able to pick it up on YouTube today, then you'll be able to pick it up tomorrow. I notice it takes a little while to get it. Okay. Love you all. Peace out. Wow, thank you. That was awesome. Woo-hoo!
Cool, cool.